Good morning, girls. Children, today I am going to begin a new chapter in mathematics, chapter number 7, and that is triangles. Now, in the last week, children, we have completed the chapter coordinate geometry, in which we studied how to plot a point, what is a Cartesian plane, what are the four quadrants, and then I had also given you some extra questions, and I hope you have completed that chapter. Now, today I'm going to begin with chapter number 7, that is triangles. Now, in the previous chapter, that is chapter 6, this is chapter number 7, right? And in chapter lines and angles, you have studied the properties of lines, right? The different kinds of lines. Then you have studied what are the different angles which are formed when two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. Then you also know what is the exterior angle property of the triangle. You know what is a linear pair. You know what is a angle sum property of the triangle. So all this you have studied in the previous chapters. Now today, the chapter which we are going to begin, triangles, we are going to study what is the meaning of the congruence of triangles. Now you have an idea of what is congruence, because you have studied this topic in class 7th. So today we'll study what is, first I'll give you the introduction of the chapter, that is what is a triangle and all that. And then we come up to the different, what is the meaning of the congruence and the different figures we're going to take up to understand the meaning of congruence. Then you also know that there are different rules of congruence, which we also call criterion, that is ASA, SSS. Okay, so that also we are going to cover up in this chapter. Now you all know that a triangle is a polygon which has three sides. Okay, a triangle, this is a triangle ABC, right? It is a closed figure, or we say that it has three sides. Now, how many sides a triangle has? It has three sides. How many angles a triangle has? It has three angles. And how many vertices a triangle has? It has three vertices. So if you have to write triangle ABC, in which angle A, angle B, angle C, these are the three angles of the triangle, right? This is something very general, you know, but I am still repeating for you. Then AB, BC and CA are the three sides of the triangle, right? This and this, that is AB, AC and BC are the three sides of the triangle. Then there are three vertices. If we talk about the vertices are A, B and C. So there are three vertices of the triangle. So a triangle is a closed figure which has three sides, three angles and three vertices. Now, what is the meaning of the word congruence? Now children, before beginning with the congruence, you also know there are different kinds of triangles. Scalene triangle, equilateral triangle, then what is isosceles triangle. Okay, all this you have studied before. Then you also know what is an acute angle triangle, what is a right angle triangle, and also what is a um, right angled, acute angled and obtuse angle triangle. Okay, so all this you have studied in your previous classes. So I am going to directly come to now what is the meaning of congruence. Now when I take two objects exactly of the same size and shape, right? So this is a chalk box, right? Now there is one more chalk box which I have. See, there are two boxes. These two, exactly same size, exactly same shape, right? Now as you can see that if I keep one on the other, or if I superimpose one on the other, right, it will exactly cover. Yes, you can see that all the sides, these four sides, they are covering each other exactly. So we can say that these two chalk boxes are congruent to each other. So what is the meaning of the word congruent? Congruent objects are those objects which have exactly same size and shape, and when they are superimposed on each other, they cover each other exactly. Okay, this is the meaning of congruence. So you can write the definition in your notebook, that congruence is the objects which have exactly same size and shape, and which when superimposed on one another, they cover each other exactly. Okay, now what is a symbol of congruence? This is how we write the symbol of congruence. That is, uh, we put equal sign and then we put a curve on it. I don't know why my marker is not working today properly. So we have, this is the congruence sign. Yes. Now, if I have to write congruence, we can write congruence of two triangles. We can write congruence of two lines. Two angles can be congruent, right? Now, there are many objects around us which can be congruent to each other or which are congruent to each other. But because we are studying maths, so we are going to study more about the geometrical shapes. And let us now take up the first one as, if there is a line segment AB and if there is a line segment CD. The length of AB is 4 centimeter. Similarly, this is also 4 centimeter. So we can say that AB is congruent to CD because CD, when superimposed on AB, will exactly cover each other. So we can say that two line segments have same length and they are congruent to each other. So this is one. If we take two squares, of same side, same length, so we can write that the two squares are congruent if these two squares have same size, that is suppose 3 centimeter and 3 centimeter. So therefore we can say that these two squares are congruent to each other because they have exactly same shape and size, and if they are superimposed on each other, they will exactly cover each other, right? So this is the meaning of congruence. But now we are going to study the congruence of triangles. So how will you write the congruence of triangles? Two triangles are congruent when they have same size and shape, right? And which, when superimposed, they cover each other exactly. So we can write the definition. Congruent, two triangles are congruent when they have same size and shape, such that when superimposed they cover each other exactly. So this is the meaning of congruence, and this is the definition of congruence which you can write in your notebook. So if there are two triangles ABC, right, and one more triangle same size DEF, so we will say that ABC is congruent to DEF. That means triangle ABC is congruent to triangle. We will write triangle ABC is congruent to, as I told you, the symbol of congruence is congruent to triangle DEF. Right? Now, when we are studying congruence, we should also know what are the corresponding parts, or what is the meaning of the corresponding parts. Okay, so triangle ABC, triangle DEF, right? Now, if the two triangles are congruent, right, ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, right? And if the corresponding parts are equal, then they will cover each other exactly. Now, what is the meaning of the corresponding parts? Let us begin with the sides. Sides, then angles, and then vertices. Now, when we talk about sides, when they are superimposed or when they are covering each other, AB will be exactly equal to, or we can say AB will correspond to DE. Yes. Now, AB will correspond to DE, then AC will correspond to DF, and BC corresponds to EF. So this is the meaning of the corresponding parts. So AB will correspond to DE, AC will cover DF, and BC will correspond to EF. Now this is side, these are sides. Now coming to angles. For angles we are going to write angle A corresponds to angle D. Yes, angle B corresponds to angle E, and angle C corresponds to angle F. That means if one is covering the other, or this is covering this one, these will be the corresponding parts. A will be covering D, B will be covering E, C will be covering F, because we are superimposing in the same way as they are placed. Then vertices, when we talk about the vertices, you know that A will correspond to D, B will correspond to E, and C corresponds to F. So therefore these are the corresponding parts of the two congruent triangles. And remember that if the two triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts are equal. I repeat, when the two triangles are equal, their corresponding parts are equal. Okay, so in short we write for corresponding equal parts, we write C, P, C, T. You have to remember all this because we have to use all this what we are studying now in the exercises. So CPCT means corresponding parts of the congruent triangles, and I repeat what I said, that when the two triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts will always be equal, and instead of writing the whole sentence corresponding parts of the congruent triangles, we write just C, P, C, T. This is a short form. Okay, now, so I hope all this is clear to you, and we have the different criterion for the congruence, right? Now, when we talk about the criterion, today I am going to teach you only two, right? Criterion means one, the rules we can say, one is SSS, which is also called the side-side-side congruence. Then SAS, that is side angle side congruence. Now we are going to study these two today, and then we are going to proceed tomorrow. In the first one, when I say the two triangles, that is ABC and the triangle PQR, right? They are given to you, and it is said that suppose this is 3 centimeter and 3 centimeter, 2.5 centimeter, 2.5 centimeter, and this is 3.5 centimeter and 3.5 centimeter. Okay, now as you know that the order of the two triangles means the sides which are given over here are exactly in the same order. So we can write that in triangle, we have to prove that they are congruent. So in triangle ABC and triangle PQR, right, we will write AB is equal to PQ is equal to 3 centimeter. Yes, then AC is equal to PR is equal to 2.5 centimeter, that is 2.5 centimeter. And similarly, the third side, that is BC, is equal to QR, which is equal to 3.5 centimeter. Now, since the three sides of this triangle is equal to the corresponding three sides of another triangle, therefore we say that the two triangles are congruent by SSS. So therefore in the end we write triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by which congruence? By SSS congruence. Okay, so this is how we prove that if the two triangles are equal or they are congruent to each other, we have to take three corresponding equal parts, whichever parts are given to us, and accordingly we write the three statements, and we will choose whatever criterion fits in that in those triangles. We'll apply that. Okay, so this is SSS congruence, and we can define SSS congruence as when the three sides of one triangle are equal to the corresponding three sides of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent by SSS. Okay, SSS criterion or SSS rule, right? So you're going to write all this in the notebook, and one more I'm going to do now, and that is SAS. You know, when we talk about SAS, it means side, angle side. So if this is ABC and this is DEF, side, if this side I take, this side, So I take this equal, and this angle B is equal to angle E, and BC is equal to EF. Now it is given that in the two triangles ABC and triangle DEF, we have to prove that the two triangles are congruent by SAS congruence. So we will write AB is equal to DE. We will write here given. Angle B is equal to angle E, that is also given. And number 3, BC is equal to EF, which is also given to us. So after writing these three statements, we will write that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF by SAS rule or by SAS congruence. Now, you have to name the triangles very carefully. That also I'm going to discuss with you, that if the side will change, how will you name the triangle in the given congruence. Okay, so how will you define SAS congruence? SAS congruence you will define as when two sides and one angle of one triangle, okay, is equal to the two sides and the included angle of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent by SAS rule or SAS criterion. Okay, so remember that there is always an angle which is included between the two sides. You cannot take angle over here. If the angle is on the other side, then this rule will not be applied. Okay, so today what you do, children, you will write the exercise chapter name, triangles. Then write the introduction, that what is a triangle. Draw a triangle and show the sides, angles and vertices. After that you will write what is the meaning of the word congruence. Write 2-3 examples of the congruent objects. Then write congruent lines. Then write congruent squares and congruent triangles. Then write what is the meaning of the congruent triangles. Also then write these two rules, that is the two criterion, SSS and SAS rule. So today you complete this much. If you have any doubt in the topics which I've explained you today, you can ask me. Okay, but because you have studied this before, you have an idea what is congruence. So I don't think so you will have any difficulty. Okay, so complete your work. All the best and have a nice day.